Shalom, 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 Boker Tov, Erev Tov, whatever time of day it is for you. Today we're going over Bereshit, chapter 1. We're still in chapter 1, but today we're going over day number 3. Yes, day number 3 indeed. And day number 3 is not an easy day to read. Okay, day number 3 and day number 5 are not easy days for me to read. Okay, and for you who is just starting to learn how to read, it won't be easy as well. A couple things I want to point out during this read, and that's going to be the conjunction and. I would like us to be able to can identify or decide this our word here, and, right, which is going to be represented by a wow. Okay, and that wow is going to be inseparable. It's going to be attached to words. So this is how you're going to see how you say the word and. Okay. Also, we want to be able to can identify the word the, the, when we read in Hebrew. That's a definite article, and you see that a couple thousand times. So just by you learning to spot the definite article, you're going to know at least 5,000 words in Hebrew. Okay, so it's very important to add to your vocabulary. The next thing we want to identify during this read is the word that means from. Now, generally, this is how it will look. You have the mem, the hirik, and the final nun. But when it assimilates itself, when it attaches itself to a word, it will drop the nun. Okay, but the same word min, which means from. Okay, the next word. Let me see if I can stop this one. Bring this one up. Nope. There was another word I have. All right. Yep. The next word is Asher, which I keep talking about a lot, which means who, which, or that. And these words, they have other meaning as well, but for the most part, that's what they generally use as. Okay. So without any further ado, we're going to step right into it and do a read of Bereshit, day number 3. So we're just going to get to day number 3. And then if we have time, we can go back to day number 2 and day number 1. Okay. And day 3 starts at verse number 9. Wayamer Elohim Yikawu Hamayim Mitachat Hashamayim. So, and God says, we know already Wayamer means and God says, and we know that Elohim means God. So God is speaking here, saying, let the gathering of the water. And here we have the min. Okay? The min, which means from. Tahat is also your preposition, which means under. Okay, remember the class on YouTube, which shows you the separable and inseparable preposition. So tahat is a separable preposition, it's by itself. And here we have the min, which is assimilated, is attached to the word, which means from. So min tahat, from under. Okay, so that's one. Next thing I want us to look at is the definite article. The definite article is here. Now, generally speaking, this is how the definite article will be. It has the hey, then it has a patak, which is this slash, if you want to say, or hyphen underneath it. And then the word next to it, or the first letter of that word, if this letter is not a guttural, because guttural does not take any dagesh. If it's not a guttural, then it's going to have a dagesh. This is this little full stop in the middle of the mem. And that is letting us know that this here is a definite article, which means the. So if you want to say the, like the, then this is how you say it. Okay, you have to write that. Where is it? Which one I have? You have to write the hey right there, and with that dash on it, the bottom. Now, depending on what's happening with the word that is attaching itself to, is going to let you know if it's going to stay. It's going to let you know if it's going to stay as a patak or if it will lengthen to a kamat. Okay, and we can go over that in other classes. Okay, so that's how you say the in Hebrew. And the word here is mayim. And you guys are gonna hear some background noise. That's just my family getting up right now. So sorry for that. All right. So we know how to spot the definite article, which is the, and we know how to spot a um, preposition, which means from, and also the other preposition, which means under. Okay. So that's two preposition working right there. The next thing we need to spot is your and. How do you say and in Hebrew? The way you say and is in Hebrew is you would write that that line that you see right there is a wow, or some people say vav, right? That's a wow, and that's how you say and. So and the, you will never find them by themselves standing. They don't stand by themselves. They will always 100%, always. There's no exception. They're always gonna be attached to a word. You're never gonna see and stand by itself. You're never gonna see the standing by itself. They're always gonna be attached to words. That's just how Hebrew works. Okay. Now we have and then we have he said. So that's how you say and. Wow. So whenever we're reading this word, we're saying wa yomer. Okay. Wa yomer. And he said, who said? Elohim said. So wa yomer Elohim. And said God. But we pronounce it that we translate it as and God said. Okay. And God said, Yikawu Hamayim Mitachat Hashamayim. Now, here we have the definite article is attached to the word Shamayim. This is why we're pronouncing it as Hashamayim, which means the heaven. Okay? Shamayim is the word for heaven. El Makom Echad. So he's saying let the mayim, which is water, be gathered, the water that are underneath the heaven, right, be gathered unto one place. So we got place here, makom, and echad. So you're going to see that in Hebrew as well, where you're going to have the adjective, in some cases, come after the noun, which it modifies, right? This is called a predicated adjective. And that's what happens sometimes. You have different style of adjectives. You got the predicative and you got the attributive adjectives as well, which in the attributive adjective, the adjective will come before the noun it modifies. Okay, come to class and you guys can learn more about that stuff. El makom echad. Wetera e hayabasha Wayehi chen. So this phrase you're gonna see it. You've been seeing it. Wayehi chen. Chen means so. Yes. It's just like you saying okay. Okay. Wayehi. This means yehi means will be. The wow at the front, which we already know means and. This is called a consecutive wow, mean the action's already completed. So right, and it was so. So it turns this will be into so. Uh, it turns this will be into was. So instead of being future, it's now past tense. Okay. So yabasha is the word for dry. And again, we're going to change this word from dry to earth, from yabasha to earth. Let's watch that while that happens. So Wetera A Hayabasha. So he wants to, so after he gathers the water, we know that what's gonna appear is the Yabasha, the dry, the dry part are gonna show. Waikra, and you already know Waikra means okay, somebody's calling somebody. Waikra Elohim, so God is calling. Layabasha, so this is our next inseparable preposition, which means to or far. So it's calling to the dry Eretz. So now the dry name is going to be changed to Eretz, which means earth. Okay. You don't have to add Yabasha to your vocabulary right now, but add Eretz and add Shamayim. Also add Kara or Waikra or just Kara to your vocabulary. So Waikra Elohim Layabasha Eretz Ule Mikwe Hamayim Kara Yamim Wayar Elohim Kitov. So he's calling now the water, the gathering of the water. Because remember, there's two things that's happening, right? He told the water to gather in one place, the water that is underneath the Shamayim together into one place, and let the dry appears. And then now he is calling to the dry Eretz. So the dry name changed to Eretz. And is now talking to the water and he calls it Yamim, which means seas. Yamim, Kara. So this word here, Kara and Waikra is the same word. Okay. It's just, and he said, and he called instead of just called. So he called the gathering of the water Yamim, sea. Wayar Elohim Kitol. So this means see or saw in the past tense. Ra'ah. Wayar Elohim Kitov, and God saw that it was good. Okay. And moving on. Wayamer Elohim Tadshe Haaretz. So remember, this is the earth. Up here it's saying Eretz, and down here it's saying Aretz. It's the same thing, okay? Wayamer Elohim Tadshe Haaretz Deshe Esev Mazria Zera. So he's talking to the earth and he's telling it to bring forth grass and herb with their seeds and trees. This is another word you can add because you're going to see it a lot in the text as well. Eight. Piri, ose piri, limino. So piri is the fruit. So the fruit tree with its fruit. Fruit tree with its fruit. Where's the seed for it? Give me a second here. Did I miss one of the seed? Yielding fruit. Okay, over here. All right. Let me go back here. I tell a day tree. I struggle with day tree a lot. Wayamer Elohim Tadshe Haaretz Deshe Esev Mazria Zera. Basically, you could pause and then talk about the tree, the fruit tree. Eight spiri, ose piri, limino. Asher zar ovo. So which has its fruit, its seed rather, zar ovo. Vo here, this is your this is your bait preposition, which we talk about a lot, which means in with or by. We haven't really talked about any suffix yet, but this is one which means his or it. So in it, right? So which is seeds in it. Al haaretz wayehi chen. So this is another preposition, but this is your makef preposition because of the dash that you have right here, which means upon. Al haaretz wayehi chen. And God saw, sorry, and it was so, and it was so. Verse number 12. So God said to let this be done, and it was done. Now they're going to tell you that, it was done. Watote haaretz deshe esev mazria zera liminehu we eitz osepiri asher zar ovo liminehu wayar Elohim kitov. So they're just repeating back the tree that has his seed and the grass that has his seeds and so forth in it, and that it was God saw that it was good. And the closing out verse, as always, Wayehi Erev, Wayehi Vokir, Yom Shalishi. That was day number 3. Like I said, day number 3 is one of the toughest days for me. Every time I have to go back over it, especially because you just the comma is just so far away from each other. You just have to just like and try to figure out what's happening. It's just listing things and things are just happening. But yeah, I'm just gonna see what's going on with my little one right now. But hopefully you'll enjoy this video. You'll learn something. Remember, I do try my best to help people understand the Hebrew as I'm learning as well. So we can study together. If you're interested, so just let me know. With that, blessings and shalom.